What is up, y'all? My name is Matt from the 2 Game Podcast, and today is your first bonus content for Patreon. And we already did a kind of an episode on the Batman trailer. We talked about it, Christian and I, but the episode kind of sucked. So I pulled it from the free version. Is no longer there. So the only way you can listen to that version is through Patreon. But because you're the $20 tier and you're a Patreon supporter, you get bonus content. So what I really wanted to do was play around with video reactions. And today we're going to do the Batman trailer, which I am very excited about. So let's try it out. So first things first, we're going to play it. I'm going to watch it. I've already seen it. Full disclaimer. After we watch it, then we'll talk about it. I'll dive real deep into it. I got my notes right here, and we'll just go through it point blank. This is my first time doing a video reaction, so bear with me. It's mainly just kind of like practice. You know how we kind of did YouTube? I was trying to play around with it, kind of with a non-spoiler review. Didn't really mean anything, but I needed the practice on how to load the software, do it, load it onto YouTube, stuff like that. And this is kind of the same thing. I just want to load it back onto Patreon, see how it sounds, see how it looks, and I'm in my bedroom. I don't have a studio. You go fuck yourself. But let's go ahead and play this. I'm gonna put my headphones on, and like I said, I've already seen it. Absolutely love the trailer. But we'll watch it. It's about 2 minutes and 23 seconds. We'll watch it, and then we'll talk about it. So in 3, 2, 1. I love how this kind of just starts out all creepy. It's got like a horror vibe to it, like a suspense vibe. The music that plays through this trailer is absolutely amazing. Commissioner Gordon.
Haven't a clue. Let's play a game. Just me and you.
Obviously the Riddler.
Any of this mean anything to you?
Emo Batman.
You're becoming quite a celebrity.
Batcave.
Why is he writing to you?
That's supposed to be the Penguin.
You are justice.
Or is that like Joker goons?
Please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
Oh, that's my favorite part right here.
The hell are you supposed to be?
God damn.
I'm vengeance.
This guy's crazy.
So good. God damn it.
You're part of this too. How am I part of this? You'll see.
Like I've said before, absolutely love this trailer. It may be my favorite trailer of all time. The only other trailer that I can think of off the top of my head that is just an amazing trailer is the first Dark Knight trailer, where they kind of show off the Joker for the first time. Chef's kiss. It's been perfect since 2008, and now they got this one. And I don't know. I don't know what's better of a trailer. It might be this one. So let's talk about the Batman for a little bit. It's supposed to be released next year, October 1st, 2021. But as you know, with the V word, I'm not going to say it, that could be delayed. So we're not 100% sure. As you saw at the end of the trailer, it said 2021, but it had question marks in it, kind of like the Riddler. But hey, it could be 2031. I mean, we don't know for a fact, but we're assuming 2021. So just kind of run through all the major points of the trailer. First off, who is taping up the guy at the beginning? It kind of has like a green outfit, so maybe it's the Riddler, but he has some kind of goggles on. So, if you've never read the book, the graphic novel Hush, you can kind of see the similarities in the Hush vibe throughout this entire trailer. And that's why I think the main villain of this movie is going to be Hush. I don't think the Riddler and the Penguin are supposed to be two of the villains in this movie along with Catwoman. But I don't think those are two that are going to play a significant part. I think those are going to be like the goons for Hush. As you can see throughout this entire trailer, it seems like Batman is wrestling with those demons of his parents, of just everything. He looks super emo Batman, which I'm kind of okay with. But I think the perfect villain for a guy who's wrestling with his demons is to bring in the detective side. Make it a murder mystery, which is kind of why they've used the Long Halloween as an influence for this movie. So bring in the Long Halloween as an influence. And then, like I said, he's wrestling with his demons. He's not sure of himself. He's still very angsty, very emo, very out of control with his anger, because you saw that dude get beat the shit out of. So then you bring in a character that's very personal to Batman on top of that. And that just makes chef's kiss of a movie. He's going through all these personal struggles. Put in a personal villain. I think that would be perfect. I think that's the perfect way to make a Batman movie, especially the first one. As far as the Joker, I want references. I want, just little droplets here and there of the Joker. I don't necessarily need him to show up or cameo or anything like that. Just make a reference. Say like someone in the background's like, yeah, you think we're bad? You should see this this clown that's coming up. So I think that'd be the perfect way. Just keep the Joker out of it for the time being. Then there's this thing throughout the entire trailer. It's called No More Lies. You see lies everywhere. And what are the lies about? I think it has to do with corruption and the Gotham PD, because there's a Gotham PD show coming out next year after, something like that. It's coming on HBO Max, and it's supposed to be a prequel. It's supposed to be year one of Batman, whereas this movie is supposed to be year two, and it's supposed to deal with the corruption and all the bad news about the PD. So I'm thinking this is kind of the aftermath of Gotham PD season 1. They're kind of on their heels. They're being brought out as, corrupted, whatever. And then you got this villain coming in, and he's saying no more lies, whatever. So that's got to be connected somehow, I think. And then I don't think a whole lot of people know about Batman, because when the Goon Squad is there, and they're like, who are you supposed to be? Like, when Batman's prominent in Gotham, villains, criminals, they know who he is. So I'm thinking, it's supposed to be year 2. He's still inexperienced, but I think at this point he's still a myth. Now, one of the things about the Ben Affleck Batman was everyone thought he was a myth. No one really saw him, but he was older Batman, which was weird. I kind of like this. I want him to be kind of unknown. He's still kind of like this myth, this legend. And these villains, they think, and he's working with the police department, as you can see in this trailer. So maybe they think he's tied to it with the police department, some form or fashion, maybe. Obviously, Gordon is not the commissioner just yet. I think it was it showed him in the trailer, I think, is the real commissioner. So maybe Gordon pulls like a Batman Begins, Dark Knight kind of thing where he goes to commissioner later. And then, like I said, working relationship with the PD Batman. But then shit kind of goes crazy towards the end. Either he starts getting hostile with them, maybe they're trying to hide what's going on, who the villain is, or maybe they're getting pissed off that he's kind of interfering. I don't know. There's some kind of tension between them. And then he tries to escape the police department. So I will stand by the fact that the best kind of Batman movie is the one where he is at odds with the police department. The Mask of the Phantasm, the best part of that movie, one of the best parts of the movie, was the fact that the police department was after him and shooting him, and he was doing everything he could to get away from them. Absolutely love that part of the movie. And I hope they do some form of that in this movie. The Dark Knight Rises version of the police hating on him, it was alright. I wish they would have done more. There were still people who thought he was good and didn't want to do anything. It was all the newer people that were kind of been out of shape about him. And then there's obviously the big riddle in the trailer. And on the card it says, "What does a liar do when he's dead?" And there have been some speculation as to the answer, and it makes obvious sense. It's, he lies still. So, what does a liar do when he's dead? He still lies. He lies still. Because he's dead, lies still, get it? Dad joke. Yeah. Anyways. So, like I said earlier, the Riddler and the Penguin are going to be the main villains in this movie. But if you're going with a detective style Batman noir kind of movie and you're trying to base it around a mystery, why would you give away the two main villains? The Penguin, the Riddler. Those two have been announced. So the whole time when people were dying, we're like, oh, well, we know who it is. I don't think so. Another clue as to why I think the Hush is the main villain. The Batman suit. Love the suit. Neck down. I do not like the collar. I do not like the cowl. I will say this. I like the cowl more than I did when I first saw it. But the collar just gets me. I don't know. Maybe it'll look different when he's, kicking ass in the movie. But for now, it's really just the neck down is perfect. It's right up there with Christian Bale's Dark Knight Batman as the best Batman suit. And then, obviously, you saw the black makeup underneath the mask on his eyes throughout the trailer, which is why I commented Emo Batman. I think that kind of helps with the intimidation factor of Batman. And, I mean, it's a nice little touch. I don't know if it doesn't sway me. I don't like it. I mean, I don't hate it. I like it. I'm kind of indifferent about it, It doesn't really make me any different. We also saw where, most of the time Batman does not go out through the day. He's mainly a let's fight at night kind of guy. That's where he does it. So you see, not Christian Bale, Robert Pattinson going out in the day, but he has his makeup on with a mask. Like a V-word mask, you know what I'm saying? Pandemic. So that's going to be kind of interesting. And then a car crashes into a funeral service. Batman saves a kid, and then we see a guy standing holding a phone. Maybe he's got like a bomb, but he's got a note to Batman. So it's kind of like, it's got aspects of The Dark Knight in this where the villain is one step ahead every single time. And, you know, Batman's the world's greatest detective, and it makes you want to go, I don't know. I mean, he should never be one step behind. But I think between the Joker and Hush, this would be the perfect incident where the villain could be one step ahead at all times. And I'm okay with it. It tends to be a better movie anyways. And then we also got our first look at Catwoman, Selena Kyle. She's not Catwoman as of yet in the movie from what I've heard, but you can see she has a terrible looking mask, a ski mask, looks like, and then it has little ears. So, you know she's like right before Catwoman, you know. And then her and Batman fight, and he looks kind of like shocked that she's doing really good against him. I don't know if that's like, maybe he's thinking, hey man, I kind of suck at this, or dude, she's really fucking good. One of the two. And then, like I said during the trailer, the best part of the trailer was when the goons were like, who are you supposed to be? And he just beats the fucking shit out of that guy. Just beats the shit out of him. And then he's like, I'm vengeance. Perfect. I think the I'm Batman is basically said in every iteration of Batman, and it's kind of this overplayed trope. And yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where we kind of expect it, and if it's not in there, we get kind of pissed. But I think this is a nice spin on it, and I'm okay with it, because it reminds me of the animated series so much when he says I'm vengeance. Just perfect. Love it. They better not be saying like he has, like maybe that part is part of like him saying I'm vengeance. I am the knight. I'm Batman. I hope it's not like that. He just better stick with the vengeance, because that'd be badass. And then we get some quick shots of the Batmobile, which kind of looks like a modern day version of the Adam West series. And I like it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I want something a little bit more badass. But at the same time, he's starting out as Batman, so it's not something that... So he's not this... He doesn't have all the toys yet, basically. So I can understand it. And I guess if you're Batman and you're starting off, you know, why not just convert your nice-ass car into a Batmobile? I mean, it makes sense. So I can't fault it too much. And then the very end, which is my key to why I think this is Hush. He says, I'm going to read you the quote because I forgot it in the podcast episode. The guy says, you're a part of this too. To which Batman says, how am I a part of this? And the other voice goes, you'll see. Sounds 100% like Hush. It sounds like, it doesn't sound like something it would be like the Riddler would do or Penguin. 100% has to be Hush. I think I'm to the point now where if it's not Hush, I'm going to be pissed off with this movie. Because I am all about Hush. The Hush storyline, the graphic novel, is amazing. Go read it. I actually just watched the animated version of it not too long ago, a couple of days ago. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, wait, did I... Because it's been a couple years since I read the graphic novel, and I was like, did I misremember how this graphic novel went? No, they changed some shit up in the animated movie, come to find out. So, I just stick with the graphic novel. Don't go with the animated movie, go with the graphic novel, because it's amazing. It's perfect. And, yeah. I think that's kind of I'm looking at my notes here, make sure I hit all the high points that I want to hit at. I think this movie has the potential to be amazing. I think it has that potential to be right up there with The Dark Knight. I'm a huge Batman fan. He's my favorite superhero character of all time. There's never been one above him. It's always been Batman. Some would say I'm a little crazy for him. So, obviously, The Dark Knight is the all-time greatest Batman. Movie, show, anything. That is the best iteration of Batman. It will never be topped. Now, granted, Heath Ledger did most of the heavy lifting on that, but that movie is amazing. So I think this movie, just looking at the trailer, it just looks so good, and I'm so excited about it. I was not excited about Robert Pattinson being the Batman. He's kind of got this reserved, vocal delivery, like you can just tell, like he's like hurting inside, and it goes back to that angsty thing. I think it's perfect. I was not on board with him before this trailer, and now I am 100% on board, all there for it. This is a day one go to the theaters and watch for me. And this is only about 20% of the movie. If you've watched this trailer, I've watched this trailer like 100 times at least. But if you watch all the scenes in this movie, it's only like 3 or 4 different scenes. There's the Goon Squad, there's the No More Lies, where all the cops are going in and they see Batman. There's Gotham PD, and then there's the funeral memorial service. I mean, that's 4. And then obviously when he's in the Batcave. So 5 or 6. But they've only filmed about 20% of the movie so far. Definitely excited for this movie. And I don't really know. I don't want to keep y'all here too long. I basically just wanted to watch the video, kind of play around with this. So let me know how this turned out for y'all. And if it's something we can do more in the future, I think once we get on set schedule with Christian of every Tuesday recordings, him and I can do these at the same time, and it would be significantly better. And also, we're hoping to start doing video podcast, which would be fantastic, I think. And that would kind of get us out on the YouTube realm and expand us a little bit. So yeah, send me a message. Let us know on Patreon how this turns out. And I will catch y'all. Let's see. Episode 10 comes out for the Ghost of Tsushima spoiler review. Comes out for the public tomorrow, which is Monday. And then I'm filming episode 11 with Chris Norman, who is on the Mental Health Podcast. We're going to do an episode, and that should be out to y'all either Thursday or Friday. So I will catch y'all next time with some more bonus content. I appreciate y'all's support. Shout out.